Hey there, good morning, everybody. We are going live to sports betting. I know it's a big deal for a lot of folks where now folks can do online sports betting here in Kentucky. Let's listen in.
It's a big moment for sports fans throughout the state, and obviously a big moment here at Churchill Downs as well. Would first like to introduce the president of Churchill Downs, Mr. Mike Anderson.
Thank you, Travis, and good morning, everyone. Welcome to our brand new race and sportsbook at Churchill Downs Racetrack. It is such an honor today to host the very first legal sports wager in the Commonwealth and under the historic Twin Spires here at Churchill Downs. So no longer do you or your friends have to drive across that bridge, cross state lines, pull into that first Thornton's gas station that you see, make your wager, and then drive back across the bridge. So we don't have to do that anymore. Today, sports betting fans in Kentucky can stay close to home and place a legal wager in a facility that's closer and more convenient for all of our citizens. As one of Kentucky's signature industries, we are proud to offer this newest form of wagering entertainment to the hundreds of thousands of people that actually enter our gates each year. And the best yet, the economic benefits stay in the state of Kentucky for this new sports wagering legislation. Now, although we weren't the first state to implement sports betting, we're not the last, but we weren't the first. We're one of the fastest, if not the fastest, from the signing of the legislation into law to today's opening of the sports book. So there are many heroes who helped us get us to the finish line today, ranging from the legislators of drafting the bill to passing the legislation, signing into law, to today's launch in such a short time frame. So we are extremely grateful to the Kentucky General Assembly, to Governor Andy Beshear, to the Kentucky Horse Racing Commission, and the Kentucky Public Protection Cabinet for all their efforts in the last several months to put this all together to make today possible and sensibly establish sports wagering in Kentucky. So today we have a number of guests we'd like to welcome in addition to Governor Beshear. We have with us today Louisville's Mayor Craig Greenberg. We have Secretary of the Kentucky Public Protection Cabinet Ray Perry. Thank you. Chairman of the Kentucky Horse Racing Commission, Jonathan Verbinowitz. Representative Al Gentry. President and CEO of Louisville Tourism, Cleo Battle. And we also have some of our local sports celebrities here today. We want to thank them. We'll hear more about them in a little bit, but Daryl Griffith, Bobby Perry, Dale Romans, Will Wolford, and Eric Wood. So thank you very much for participating today. So finally, as we celebrate today's wagering launch, we are proud to announce that all the winnings from today's ceremonial first bets from all of you and the governor, that we are going to donate to the Louisville Sports Commission in recognition of all that they do and the economic vitality of our city by attracting quality sporting events to the Louisville area and their mission to change lives through sports. So all the proceeds from today's ceremonial bets will go to a charity, will be donated to Louisville Sports Commission. So the countdown is on and I'm about out of time. So without further ado, it's my pleasure to welcome to the stage to make a few remarks before he makes the very first official wager in the state of Kentucky, your governor, Andy Beshear.
Well, good morning, everybody, and happy Sports Betting Day in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. We are here to mark the very first day and the very first sports wager placed here at the historic Churchill Downs. Within just a moment, I will place the first bet in the history of Kentucky, and some have asked what it's going to be. We're going to go NCAA football because the season just kicked off. We're going to go over on wins for both U of L and UK, and we're going to go under on wins for Today is a day that so many have fought for so long. I want to thank everyone in the General Assembly who voted to finally allow Kentuckians to place the sports bets that they have wanted to for so many years. Today is a day where we recognize that our job in government is to serve the people. And that's exactly what we did by getting this legislation over the finish line. This is going to bring over $23 million of new revenue into Kentucky to make sure that we're using those dollars to pave our roads, to help pay for our pensions, and not for those dollars to flow to other states. And this is going to continue to supercharge our tourism industry, which had its best year in history last year in terms of economic impact. This is coming at a time where our economy is booming like never before. We're coming off our 2 best years for economic development in our history, and we are living in our 3rd. We've now announced more than 880 private sector new location and expansion projects totaling over $27 billion of new investment. This is Kentucky's time, never to be a follower ever again, but to be an economic leader and an economic powerhouse. We have all dreamed of the day where Kentucky would not only leapfrog 10 other states' economies, but had an opportunity to be a top 10 state economy. This is just one more step that we are taking to make sure that we collectively leave more opportunity for our kids and our grandkids than many of us ever dreamed about. Today, we don't move a state to the right or the left, but we move it forward for every Kentucky family. So again, I want to thank members of the General Assembly. I want to thank Secretary Ray Perry for his hard work. Let's give it up for the chair of the Kentucky Horse Racing Commission, John Rabinowitz. He worked really hard on this. And Director Eads for her hard work and staff. Thank you. We did do this in record time. It's what our people wanted. We got it open before the NFL season as promised. So today I'm proud that we delivered. And if it's okay with you all, I'm going to walk over here and make the first bet in Kentucky's history. You want to come? I'll give you a minute.
Christine, nice to see you. Phil, nice to see you. Hey, Sean, good to see you. All right, are you ready to accept the first sports bet in Kentucky history? Yes, sir. All right, we're going to do a parlay bet. We're going to go NCAA football. We're going to go over on wins for the University of Louisville and the University of Kentucky, and under on the wins for Duke University. $20 bet. I can. Yes, it does.
Thumbs up.
All right, nice job. There it is. All right. Let me just do one more thank you. Go for it. I want to finally thank Churchill Downs for all of their great work in making today possible, along with all of our other tracks that worked hard to be open in record time. Our horse industry is phenomenal. It is part of who we are. It's also an enormous industry that drives our economy. I could not be more proud of the work that Churchill and Kentucky Downs and the Red Mile and all of our other tracks have put in, the number of people they employ, and now helping us get to this historic moment. So once again, happy Sports Betting Day in the Commonwealth of Kentucky.
Thank you, Mr. Governor, and good luck on that three-leg parlay. All right, let's move on and welcome up some additional, whether they be local sports celebrities, those that have helped put this all in place today, to play some additional celebratory wagers on this opening day of sports betting in Kentucky. So I'll introduce you all one at a time. Feel free to come up on the stage and get ready to place your wagers. First off, let's welcome Mr. Craig Greenberg, who is the mayor of Louisville, Kentucky, the co-owner of Ohio Valley Wrestling. He went to high school in Ballard. He's a native New Yorker. Also wish to welcome Mrs. Rachel Greenberg, who from Rhode Island. She's not going to be here, says Mr. Greenberg. Well, we wish Rachel was here. You can bet for her. Okay? All right. Moving forward, we also wish to welcome up Mr. Ray Perry from the Kentucky Public Protection Cabinet. Welcome, Mr. Perry. Mr. Jonathan Rabinowitz, who's originally from Florida, but went to high school at Trinity, studied law at the University of Louisville, and is the chairman of the Kentucky Horse Racing Commission. Welcome, Mr. Jonathan Rabinowitz. Mr. Gentry, Mr. Al Gentry, come on up, who went to Louisville and also the University of Kentucky, Kentucky State Representative, and an avid golfer is Mr. Gentry. Welcome to the stage. Cleo Battle, who is from Denver, Colorado, originally went to high school at George Washington University as the president and CEO of Louisville Tourism. Welcome, Mr. Battle, to the stage. Daryl Griffith, who, with his affiliation with Louisville, is unable to place a wager, but is here as a local Louisville legend. Welcome, Mr. Daryl Griffith, the NBA Rookie of the Year. Mr. Bobby Perry, come on up, from Durham, North Carolina. Went to Kentucky, played Kentucky basketball from 2003 to 2007, academic All-SEC, and Mr. Basketball, North Carolina, 2003. Dale Romans, everybody knows Dale, who learned how to do all that he does at Barn 4 here at Churchill Downs. And for the sake of the charities, I hope his sports betting is better than his horse touting. Will Wolford, from St. X High School here in Louisville, Kentucky, went to college at Vanderbilt, an NFL offensive lineman with the Bills, the Colts, and the Steelers, three-times Pro Bowler Will Wolford. Welcome to the stage. And last but not least is Eric Wood from Cincinnati, Ohio. Went to college here in Louisville, was a center for the Buffalo Bills, Pro Bowler, and all-team Big East from 2007, 2008. All of these gentlemen will be placing some wagers today. Once again, it's all for charity. So, gentlemen, it's time to gamble.
You all are going to do anything else? Oh, that's it. Before everybody walks off, will you turn around while you're taking up? Before you walk off, we're going to do everybody in one picture. Also, pick it up.
All right, I apologize. Our signal got frozen there, so we are streaming this live. So sometimes that happens, so apologize there. I'm going to wait for it to unfreeze and then bring it back up for you. So again, just to recap some of the things, this is the first day of sports betting in Kentucky. It's legal now, so brick and mortar locations, they're now authorized to take bets today, and the goal is to have legalized gambling operations up and running in time for the football season, as you heard the governor mention. Legislation to legalize sports betting was approved by the Kentucky General Assembly on the final day of the 2023 session. So this allows bettors to gamble on the outcomes of most college and professional sports, including international events. Betting on amateur youth sporting events is not allowed. But on September 28th, which is not too far away, registered adults, they'll be able to bet from anywhere in the Commonwealth through the use of smartphone apps and websites, including FanDuel and DraftKings. So until then, though, until September 28th, you'll have to go into those brick and mortar locations like Churchill Downs, Derby City Gaming, and other places like that. And other places that offer, excuse me, sports betting, Ellis Park in Henderson, Turfway Park Racing and Gaming in Florence. That's just to name a couple of other places. We're expecting Derby City Gaming in downtown Louisville to be opening soon. It's still under construction. So I apologize. We lost our signal, so I'm not sure what's going on, but David Mattingly is following this story. We also have a story from Noel Friel on our website, wave3.com, from last night. So let me troubleshoot and figure out what happened to our signal, and I will be right back with you. All right, so I placed a phone call, trying to figure out what happened to our signal there, so I apologize. Just again, if you are still on the stream with us, I appreciate you staying. We're going to try to get back up, but we do know this is really exciting, a big day in Kentucky. Folks no longer have to go to Indiana to place wagers on sports. So this is the first day of sports betting here in Kentucky. It is now legal. Again, you have to go to brick and mortar locations to place your bets, and mobile betting, which you can do on your apps, on your phone, on your computer. That'll start on September 28th. So the whole goal and everything was to have this ready for the football season. And of course, it is time for that. So this is going to be, allows you to gamble on college and professional sports, including international events. So hang tight with me. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. We have a crew there, and I think when they were moving around, the cables got a little wonky, and we lost our signal there. So trying to get back up and bring you more on what's happening today at Churchill Downs. You saw the governor place his bets, and then several other people as well. So folks are really excited about this. Stand by. I'm going to try to figure this out. I think, oh, wait. Here we go. We're there. We're back in action. I think I'm going to take some over here and a shot of everything. All right, I apologize for the camera moving around quite a bit, but this is kind of a live look at the press conference that was happening today at Churchill Downs. Someone was asking about what is this? Well, things have wrapped up right now.
Too. So I thought we had a chance,
Governor's
but the
talking.
momentum
Let's
really
listen.
picked up. I want to thank Michael Meredith, who did a good job as the sponsor, working with us directly day in and day out to get it done.
Pension, that's where the majority of this will go.
The majority is going to the pension system. Let me look at the exact way that it's divvied out amongst those various systems.
How many sports books are opening today, retail, state? I know we're 14 projected. What is the actual number?
Let me get you the number of that. I think I have it in my comments. So every brick and mortar facility that is up and ready is opening today. I mean, obviously downtown Louisville isn't ready to open yet. So while I believe that has a license, it won't start until it's operational. Sandy's and Ashland is the same way.
Okay.
But I believe Kentucky Downs has two, if not more, that are up and operational. So really exciting all over the Commonwealth today.
Republican lawmakers hosted an event at 9:30 this morning in Lexington at Red Monmouth. Said some commentary that you were not a part of getting this done. Do you just have a response to that?
Michael Meredith was talking to us day in and day out. We worked hard to flip a number of votes. They all know the truth. It's just an election season. But why don't we all just be happy today, right? Sports betting is legal in Kentucky. Let's not play politics with it. Let's make sure people do it responsibly. Let's keep our dollars in state and let's enjoy. But I give politics a shoe job. So, all right, thank you all very much.
Can we speak to you?
What was your question?
Republicans have
I think that generally, I guess the timing is being retired.
Yeah.
Things were able to clear. Kelly did.
no, actually.
All right. So I think our crew is just gathering a little bit more content for their story for later today. Just to recap, folks can now legally place a bet on sports wagering here in Kentucky. You no longer have to go to Indiana or other places to do that. You can do it only right now in brick and mortar locations like Churchill Downs. Other places around the state that are offering it, and Derby City Gaming as well. Oh, wait, the mayor's speaking. Let's listen.
This is a wonderful day for Kentucky. Briefly, I just want to start, though, on a more serious topic. And unfortunately, in our city overnight, a valued member, one of our LMPD officers, was shot in the line of duty. And Deputy Mayor David James and I, right before we came here, visited with the officer's family at U of L Hospital, where he is getting excellent treatment. And I just ask that everybody in our city, in our state, keep the officer, his family, and all of the hardworking men and women of LMPD in their thoughts and prayers. And we will provide more updates on his condition as the days go on. But we just came from the hospital, and and we are optimistic about his recovery, although he is in critical but stable condition right now. When you have things like that, you know that public safety is the #1 issue for a city. One of the ways we address our public safety crisis is through important economic development steps, positive steps forward for our entire city. And that's why today is so important, because the economic development activity that projects like this and by legalizing sports wagering for all of Kentucky is so important. It's making event spaces like this a reality that are going to attract people from around the entire country, from around the entire world, whether they are coming here, whether they're coming to Derby City Gaming on Poplar Level Road or the new Derby City Gaming downtown that I'm so excited about opening up later this year. These are all great steps forward for our city and the Commonwealth. And so I want to give a huge thanks to Governor Beshear, to everyone in the state legislature that passed this, not just for Louisville, but for all of the states, because activities like this and continuing to support our horse industry are so important to our city and state. And there is no better partner at this than Churchill Downs. So Mike, thanks to you and your entire team. This is amazing work you all have done to get this set up open so quickly. I know there's another one opening and a third on the way that are going to be great. And this is just great momentum as we approach next year for the 150th running of the Kentucky Derby, which is going to be a true worldwide celebration here in Louisville. So I was excited today to place my first bet. Mine was a parlay like the governor's, although I wanted a little bit more instant gratification to get those monies flowing to Louisville Sports Commission quicker. So I bet on both U of L and UK to win their football games this weekend. Both of them are heavy favorites, but I know they've got amazing offenses. They're going to win. I look forward to that bet paying off to support the important work of Louisville Sports Commission. So again, thanks, Governor. Thanks to the state legislature. Thanks to Churchill Downs and everyone else for making this a reality. This is a great day for Louisville and Kentucky. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Mr. Governor. And thank you, everybody, for joining us this morning as we kick off sports betting in Kentucky and here at Churchill Downs. We'll see you this fall for all of your wagering. We'll see you next week for horse racing. We'll see you next year at Derby 150. Have a great day, everybody.
All right, that's what I was hoping for, that the mayor would address that breaking news that we've been following since it happened. As some of you know, if you've been tuning in today, if you have our app, there was a officer who was shot in the Chickasaw neighborhood around 2:30 this morning in the 400 block of West Kentucky Street. Again, that was in the Chickasaw neighborhood. The mayor said that he visited with the officer's family in the hospital right before coming to the press briefing about sports betting. He was at U of L Hospital with the officer's family. The mayor said that he's optimistic on this officer's outcome, but he is still critical and in stable condition. So he is urging the community to keep the officer, his family, LMPD, and everyone in your thoughts and prayers. Just some background on what we know so far about that officer-involved shooting. That officer was shot early this morning around 2:30 in the 400 block of West Kentucky Street in the Chickasaw neighborhood. Shots were reportedly fired from a home nearby the traffic stop. The officer was shot in the torso and he was rushed to University of Louisville Hospital. He's been on the job for a year and a half. A supporting officer was also there and fired shots back. That officer was not injured. So SWAT and hostage negotiators, they are still at the scene, a still very active scene where the shooting happened, that people in the area should stay inside, according to police, in all clear until that all clear is given. There have been no confirmed arrests made at this time, but there have been three people who have been detained. So we are going to continue to follow this developing story, and I just wanted to bring you that update as it was addressed at today's press briefing, on sports betting. So stay with us. We'll have much more coming up for you later today. I'm Myra Ansari. Have a great day.